Welcome, I'll be reacting to Penny Dreadful, Season 3, Episode 5. This is a commentary, it is not a market substitute. Please support the original. And no spoilers in the comments.
There's a riverbed in that canyon. We let the horses drink, we rest a few hours, that's it.
Or not.
Looks like the marshals haven't given up.
You mean to murder every last one of them?
Those men stand between us and that demon that seeks to corrupt Ethan's soul.
She really needs to have a hat. In this heat and sunlight. What happened to the river?
Is there another source of water?
Not for days.
You won't survive that.
What happened between you and your father?
Which one?
The only decent thing about me is the shame I feel.
Oh, they have a little bit of water.
He tortures you with guilt, and in return offers you what?
Forgiveness.
Oh.
I developed a superior method.
Oh, yeah, well, let's talk about that after it works, okay? Frankenstein. You know the first experiments rarely work. He's being so overconfident. What a laugh.
After all, it is our memories
Oh,
that
Victor!
make us monsters.
Ah, what a line, though. It is our memories that make us monsters. I mean, it's true.
How'd you lose your arm? My regiment was in pursuit of a Boer assassin. Left my surviving companions behind and continued to track the assassin. And before long, I caught up with him.
Oh, dear.
And I dragged him to Cape Town, and then I reported to the infirmary.
In other words, once he starts, he never stops, no matter what happens. Poor Ethan.
Out there in the open, taunting their prey.
There's no need to hide when you've got the numbers.
She has a point. These two know where they are, but they don't know where these two are. This would be a great time for just a really fast coil up, strike them, take out a few, get out of there into the darkness. Start chipping away at their numbers little by little. They said they were a few days away from the ranch. If they can take out a few people, they could make a more even fight. Especially since she has powers. That's what I would do.
I adore all the honest creatures of this world. It's humans I hate. She watched as Lucifer raked his claws across my body. You think you know pain? I was 5 years old.
Ooh.
Something, isn't it? To be betrayed by the person who's supposed to protect you.
I keep waiting for her to run. I raise my gun. And I pull the trigger. And then I move on to the next. My commanding officer drags the body of this boy he's killed. Looks at me and smiles. They'll give us medals for this, Ethan. I walked up to him and shot him in the head.
Oh, he pulled a crosshair.
For every 10 soldiers we killed, 100 took their place. We were hunted things. My tribe died man by man. And as we died, we turned cruel.
Should not have lit that fire.
Give me your hand. Your blood has the power, not mine.
Why the hand, though? They need the hand for, like, writing and stuff. Can't you cut somewhere else? It's illogical. Give yourself a nosebleed. Like, there's more practical ways to do this. She's calling on Apep. That's terrifying. That's why she drew the serpent. Oh no. Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Such music my master makes.
Do you believe in the supernatural now, Styles? So how would we have fought Opeth? So they could have done a counterspell, I feel like, calling on the barge of the underworld in this situation. And maybe the campfire they could have called on Ra a little bit. Plus, they didn't know that they needed to ward their campfire.
You did not hear what he said to me.
Ah, there's that rage. You really must keep that in check, Doctor.
Will you have the fortitude to see this through?
I don't know.
She was perfect.
But real people aren't. They aren't perfect.
You still hoping to take Ethan Talbot alive?
Whatever code I have followed, I hereby disavow.
Oh my. I really like the story of the inspector that they've been weaving in. I feel like it's a slow burn that's really going to have a fantastic payoff. Yeah. You just gave away your position, but it was worth it. Yeah, you know, if you had kept your place clean and looking really nice, it might have helped up front. That's not good.
Darkness will soon be upon us, Malcolm. If we lose Ethan to evil,
We lose the world.
the night will never end.
The warrior that ends the night? Or are you the wolf that loves it?
I don't know at this point. He could go either way.
We could take what we needed and steal away. Not a shot would be fired.
Except it was, wasn't it?
And I will send my father to hell and laugh while I do it. I'm done trying to be good.
Uh-oh. We could lose him. Because Hecate's really gorgeous and has compelling arguments, unfortunately. Are they out of water? Don't throw it away. You never know what you might find. Gotta have the hero moment. There's your comic book cover. I really like how this show doesn't feel the need to fill every moment with chattering dialogue. They're okay with having these moments of just silence and feeling what's going on. And then when they do speak, the writing is stellar. And that's really the team coming together of obviously the actors, but also the director and the editor. Because the editor has to be willing to let these scenes play out and not cut.
What the fuck are you doing here?
You never know where I'll turn up. Here, take what's left.
He's gonna give it to her. Oh no. The ranch, I'm guessing. Did he have a brother who's maybe killed in the attack?
Here. This is from a distillery in Tennessee, a fellow by the name of William LaRue Weller.
Oh.
You see, Billy, he puts wheat in the mash instead of rye. Everyone called him a madman for doing it. Now he makes millions.
Yeah, I've been to some of the Kentucky distilleries like Maker's Mark. Really fascinating tours.
I'll send you home with the case. You'll never touch that Scottish nonsense again.
I'm sorry. No, that Scottish nonsense is way better. He had a daughter.
This is by Audubon. Some folks think he only did birds, but no such thing.
An original Audubon, wow. Okay, so my guess is they raided the ranch, everything went wrong. Ethan blames his, not this one, father. In the mayhem, his little sister was killed. That's what I'm extrapolating from this.
I blazed my way through the darkness, through iron will and violent force. And the
Pretty
glory
sure
of
you were the
God,
darkness.
our empire is born.
I was riding alongside a man.
Thank you, Malcolm.
What would you do to someone who came between you and your child?
Okay, we have a problem.
Sir.
Oh, hell. My baby boy's not gonna hurt me.
About that.
Went after our store of ammunition, but that too had been ransacked. They knew exactly where to look. She held your precious little sister's hand. She prayed to God for mercy. At least she didn't live to see what happened next. Pressed his blade into her tongue. Her mouth filled with blood. He cut out her eyes. You brought the devil to my door, son. And you gave him the key. You'll repent. Or I will send you to hell myself.
I'm done repenting.
Oh my. This episode was basically like watching a Western with occasional scenes from Dr. Frankenstein, which were great, but really this was about Ethan's story. It is so complex. Kind of as his father said, there's no innocence here. It's just an escalating war that got worse and worse. And this really actually matches up with what I've read of history, where it starts with an incident like taking land and basically squatting on it and harming the inhabitants of that land. And they try to form a treaty, but then the treaty's broken and they retaliate. And then the retaliation just escalates and escalates to the point where there were horrific things going on both sides. And the difference being one of these groups was fighting for their very existence. And when that happens, you kind of got to do what you got to do. But it doesn't make it right. And this was a very interesting episode because we got to kind of hear from both sides of what happened. And in the end, Ethan was just like, there's so much blood on everyone's hands. Mine, yours, theirs. I don't care anymore. I'm tired of just feeling guilty and everyone else just being monsters. I'm going to own the fact that I'm a monster. And Hecate obviously was grooming him this entire time to do that. I think there's still a chance, as long as Sir Malcolm is there, to try and pull him back. But there's also the possibility that Ethan's just going to release the darkness. And the only person we have fighting for us is Vanessa, who's dealing with Dracula right now. There's also the second piece to that, which is if we can't save Ethan and his soul, he has to be put down. I could see at the end of this season, or in the next few episodes, Sir Malcolm having to take down Ethan. I don't think he'll survive that. I think the two of them would go down together. But I could see the last episode of this series being potentially Vanessa, the only one left standing of the main cast. Because poor Victor, he means well, but he's going about it the wrong way, and he's not going to survive, I don't think. We all know what happens to Dorian Gray. Maybe the creature will survive. I don't know. I really enjoy the fact that I'm not sure how this will end.